know you guys. It's my math class. It's good to see you out here today. Here Mr. Rhines is sitting along this creek. Got the dry run creek running along back behind me here. It's a little full because of all the rain that we had last week, a little flooded, but that's all right. Hey, today is when, oh good gracious. God, it's Sasquatch! Sasquatch! Oh, wait a minute. It isn't Sasquatch. My bad. It's April Fool's Day. It's Wednesday, April Fool's Day. It's just me and Cora. Cora, my pup. Huh? We out here running around? Yeah. You guys remember Cora? I had her in class back this fall, I think, for my science classes in 5th grade, but you guys got to have her in 6th grade math too, so that's kind of fun. She'll be running around in the background. Hey, I wanted to go over some stuff with you today. So let's unpack my pack, and we'll answer some things that you guys went over on your quiz today. And well, actually that was yesterday, but truth be told, yesterday for you as you watch this is really today. So I'm not going to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, but anyways. All right, so I've got my whiteboard here. Oh yeah, it's not quite virtual reality or a smart board, but it's as smart as I could come up with out in the middle of the woods, just short of making a mill and generating electricity and trying to put something here between the trees. I don't think that would work so good. All right. So I got my clipboard of questions, and I'll go through this. Both Mrs. Willer and I in our 6th grade classes started integers this week, positive and negative numbers. So we gave you a quiz, and just to kind of see if you were keeping up with the video. Hey, it's important to watch those videos when we say it. Don't skip over those. Just like you're not going to skip over this video, right? Live here, just me and oh, there's Cora right back here. And so you don't want to skip this video. You want to make sure that you're doing that homework and then posting it and giving it back to us so we can look at it and have some feedback as we get back to you guys. All right, one of the first things on that quiz yesterday, let's pretend this right up here is the number line. If I put 0 here, and I'm going this way, -1, or 1, 2, -1, -2. We looked at some stuff like this earlier in the year when we were doing some graphing, right? When we were doing graphing, it looked like this in the various quadrants, but now we're going to do it adding and subtracting of some numbers. So when we looked at this in the video yesterday and on that quiz, it said, what are the numbers that go to the left of the number line? And the numbers that go to the left of this number line, left of 0, these are going to be the negative ones. And over here, we're going to have the positive ones. Are you positive it's negative, Mr. Rhines? Oh yeah, I'm positive it's negative going to the left. And then I'm positive it's positive going to the right. Little number joke there for you. All right. Secondly, the full set of numbers from negative to positive infinity. In other words, it's just going to go that way as far as you can go. Kind of like Buzz Lightyear. To infinity and beyond. To the positive and to the negative. What are those called? They're called integers. The whole lesson this week is on integers. So yes, integers are numbers that include 0 but go to negative infinity and positive infinity. The third question on that quiz yesterday said, negative numbers that get closer to 0 they're going to be bigger. As they get closer, -1, -2 is here, and as I get closer to 0, -1 is going to be bigger than -2 was. When I'm going this way, think of it as a thermometer, right? Thermometers go up and down. If you're at 0, if you're getting, -2, -1, -1 is warmer or bigger than -2 because you're getting closer to 0. Okay, so negative numbers getting closer to 0 are going to be bigger. And obviously on this side of 0, they're going to keep getting bigger and bigger. But it said, what are the negative numbers? And what negative numbers closer to 0 get, how do they appear? They're getting bigger. All right, so we have integers. This side negative, this side positive. If you're on the negative side, the closer you get to 0, the bigger they are. I wonder where Cora is. Sniffing at something, Lord knows what. Okay, there you are, good girl. Number 4, what number is bigger? Negative 20. This was, if we made these 10s, where's my green pen here? So in other words, this was actually a negative 20, negative 10, 10, 20. So it's like this now, right? So if we're over here, negative, this would be negative 21, negative 22, negative 23, negative 24, negative 25, negative 26. So what is bigger, negative 26 or negative, oh no, it said negative 26 or 25. So negative 26 is way down here. Negative 26 is way down here below 0. 25 is way up here above 0. So 25 is bigger because it's far to the right. The further you go this way, infinity, the further you go to the right, the bigger those numbers are going to be. So 25 is bigger than negative 26. It looks like 26 is bigger, but it has a negative in front of it, so it's actually very small. All right, number 5 was just seeing if you followed the, if you just followed along in the video. Were you paying attention in the video? And it said, what was the largest mountain compared to sea level in the video? And in the video, the larger one was 10 meters. Now, some of you wrote that differently, but both Mrs. Willard and I, we went through and we looked at that problem. And if you said it in the actual quiz, didn't pick it up as being correct, we went through and changed that. If you wrote a 10 or 10M instead of 10 meters or something like that. But yeah, it was 10 meters. Number 6 on that quiz said any temperatures colder than negative 20. So if this is negative 20 right here, if this is negative 20, here's 0, negative 10, negative 20, these are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It said, question 6 on the quiz said any temperature colder than negative 20. So you could have said a negative 21, negative 22, negative 30, negative 40, negative 50, negative 1,567.3. Just keep going that way. Anything past negative 20, the numbers will get smaller and smaller and smaller. They'll seem like they're getting bigger, but because they're negative, they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Holy cow, she is just ripping through the woods right now. She's hyper. She's crazy. Do you see her running? Go, 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 go. There she goes. All right. Question 7 said, 3 possible situations that could occur when comparing integers. Oh yeah, I'm gonna use a red one for that one. So this will come up. This will come up in the next couple of days here. Good girl. Are you running? Huh? Are you running? Run, 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 run. So when we start adding and subtracting, multiplying, whatever with our integers, you could have a positive and a positive number. You could have a positive and a negative, or a negative and a positive number, or a negative and a negative. And she went ripping through there again. All right? So these are all the possible situations. A positive and a positive and a negative, or a negative and a positive. That just whoop, whoop, switched around, vice versa. And then a negative and a negative. These are the only combinations, possibilities of integers. There are 2 positive numbers, 2 negative numbers, or a combination of them, a positive, negative, or negative, positive. Those are the only 3 situations. 4 if you think of it that way, but it's the same, it's just switched around. All right, hey, the last thing is just integers in the real world. Temperatures. We use them, it doesn't matter if you're measuring things in Celsius or Fahrenheit. I have a whole speech on that one, but I'll save that for later. We always use Fahrenheit. Kind of weird because then you got 212 degrees for boiling and freezing is 32. Apparently we thought that was too hard too easy to, or we thought that was easier to remember, and it's too hard to remember the silly metrics where it's 0 for freezing and 100 for boiling. That would be too hard to remember, 0 and 100. Instead, you know, here in America, we like to remember things like 32 and 212. So anyways, but so we use it in temperatures, we use it in money. You know, if we have accounts, you spend more than you have, you are now in debt. Negative money. It's money that you owe back to a credit card company or to whoever you borrowed it from to get that money. So those are just some real life situations. All right, integers. Negatives, positives. The farther you go that way, the smaller you're getting. The further you go this way, the larger you're getting. We'll start looking at them as we add, subtract, different combinations of those over the next couple of weeks here, days and weeks. Hey, we love you guys. It's just just as hard for us as it is for you guys. Not being in the classroom, Lord knows, man, the amount of time that teachers throughout this whole district, Prairie Hill is right over there, by the way, is just, it's crazy. We're on from morning to night doing stuff like this. I'm gonna go right from here, eat, and then start putting lessons together for you guys for tomorrow. But that's just the way things are going. People are hurting all over, and so stay close to your family, be safe, and we'll talk to you guys along the way. Take care. Bye-bye.